time to see the contents of this box?
Actually, Madam Chair, when we submitted the documents subject of the subpoena to the House Committee on Justice, we are very much aware as well of the requirement that the same should be in aid of legislation. And
Louder,
our
Commissioner,
premise-
please.
And our premise, when we submitted the documents, is that the proceedings of the committee is also in aid of legislation, given the plenary power of Congress to legislate. This is just my opinion, Madam Chair. Whatever that may be discussed here could possibly the basis of a possible amendment of, for example, the Bank Secrecy Law or of the tax code itself. And so again, Madam Chair, yes, we are aware that when we submit the documents, it must be in aid of legislation. Our premise when we submitted the documents is that this proceeding is also in aid of legislation. Now, applying what the law expressly says, it can only be examined if the two requisites concur in aid of legislation and in an executive session. Thank you, Madam Chair.
But this is not an inquiry in aid of legislation. As clearly pointed out by the members, this is entirely different proceeding. This is an impeachment proceeding.
If that is the case, Madam Chair, then Section 20A will not apply.
What is Section 20?
The submission of pertinent information by the Commissioner to Congress.
That is an
20.
exception.
That is an exception, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable
Madam Chair.
Terry Ridon.
Madam Chair, I'd like to state that Section 20, which is being stated, no? Can you state it for the record, Honorable Commissioner, please? The provision again, can you state it again for the record, please?
That is Section 20 NIRC.
Yes, Section 20
Yes, Madam
NIRC.
Chair.
Can we flash it?
Submission to Congress.
Secretariat. Section 20 NIRC.
Please read it for the record, please. Restate it again, please.
Yeah.
Madam
Section 20, letter A, submission of pertinent information to Congress. The provision of Section 270 of this code, to the contrary notwithstanding, the Commissioner shall, upon request of Congress and in aid of legislation, furnish its appropriate committee pertinent information, including but not limited to industry audits, collection performance data, status reports and criminal actions initiated against persons, and taxpayers' returns, provided, however, that any return or return information which can be associated with or otherwise identify, directly or indirectly, a particular taxpayer shall be furnished the appropriate committee of Congress only when sitting in executive session, unless such taxpayer otherwise consents in writing to such disclosure.
Thank you for restating the provision. I'd like to state for the record that the subpoena given to the BIR, Madam Chair, is not a request. It is part of a compulsory process in which the BIR had complied. So my question to BIR is whether or not this particular provision actually applies to this particular submission to the impeachment proceeding. Because we are not requesting anything from the Commission. We are requiring, under compulsory processes of impeachment rules, for the BIR to actually submit these documents of the Vice President, of Attorney Carpio, and their firms to Congress. And second point, to be clear, when the Commission actually submits it to Congress, the penalty is not on members of Congress, no? It is, the penalty is on BIR officers, employees, no? When they make a divulgence, is that correct? So in the event that the documents are actually submitted and ultimately unsealed by this committee during impeachment proceedings, what criminal offense actually exists on a BIR officials when the persons that will actually unseal and look into the documents will not be the BIR. It will be the members of this committee, Madam Chair.
I find it strange really, no?
Madam Chair.
Parang you are so near yet you're so far.
Madam Chair.
The BIR apparently complied with the subpoena by bringing to us the sealed box. But because of that issue of confidentiality, we cannot open the box.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Tino.
Madam Chair, first of all, we note that the BIR themselves have a broad interpretation, which I happen to agree with regard to the meaning of in aid of legislation. No, ibig sabihin, my understanding is that is Congress discharging its duties. So the impeachment process in that broad sense will also be covered by in aid of legislation. Katulad nga ng nabanggit, no? There are many issues that have arisen here which may be the subject of legislation. For example, yung mga problema sa bank secrecy law, no? Kaya nga po ang sinabi ko kanina, ang aking posisyon ay covered na ito. Pwede for as long as the documents are inspected by this committee in executive session, no? Pero kung hindi naman, I mean, kailangan pa ba, if for example, I file a resolution in aid of legislation which also results in the subpoena of the same documents, di pwede na. Ganun po ba ang sinasabi ng committee? No? In other words, the contents of the documents are not beyond the reach of this committee. No? And so I would subscribe to the broad interpretation of the phrase in aid of legislation, Madam Chair.
We note the manifestation of the Honorable Tino. Now we recognize the Honorable Karen Lagbas.
Madam Chair, there is a Latin maxim which provides expressio unius est exclusio alterius. This means that the express mention of one thing implies the exclusion of another. It is very clear that the officials, officers, or employees of the BIR are prohibited from divulging information regarding the taxpayer or any information relative thereto. And there is only one exemption, if the Congress requests in aid of legislation. And yes, Madam Chair, should we allow BIR to violate this specific prohibition, they will be subjected to penalties. Kawawa naman po sila, Madam Chair. Nag-comply naman po sila sa subpoena. They are here. They waited for more than 9 hours. Nag-comply sila, andito po yung box. Sana naman magiging sensitive na rin tayo by at very least complying with what is provided for by the law. That is all, Madam Chair.
So when is the correct time to open the box, Commissioner? No. Because there are two requirements. Inquiry in aid and executive session. Both should be present. And assuming that the committee will decide not to open, may I just ask, when is the correct time to open the box? Commissioner?
Well, if the committee says that this is not in aid of legislation, then Section 20A will not apply. And therefore, what we will do, Madam Chair, is to withdraw our submission.
Madam Chair, this has been submitted already. I'd
Madam
rather
Chair,
keep this.
What do you mean withdraw your
Even when it's
submission? You will
sealed.
take this back, the box?
Yes, Madam Chair, because when we submitted the documents,
To be specific, Commissioner, in the event that the committee votes in favor of probable cause, assuming only for the purpose of discussion that the impeachment complaint is transmitted to the Senate, will they be in the correct position to open this box? I'm referring to the senators.
Well, if we go by the specific statutory exceptions, Madam Chair, an impeachment proceeding or an impeachment trial is not one.
Can you speak louder, Com?
If I go by the specific statutory exceptions, Madam Chair,
It's not
then-
part of your exception. It doesn't make mention at all of impeachment proceeding.
precisely, Madam Chair. So that is not, what I am saying is that an impeachment proceeding or an impeachment trial is not one of the exceptions.
So
to
even the
Section 270.
senators cannot open this box?
If we go by the provisions of the law, Madam Chair, then there is no basis as well for the disclosure.
Again, Madam Chair,
Madam Chair, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
this is such an absurd
Chair.
situation.
The Honorable Rurik Padiernos, and then the Honorable Tino, and then the Honorable D.S. Suarez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to ask some clarificatory
Is
questions.
that about the box?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Because yung na-mention po kasi, Madam Chair, ni BIR Commissioner, this representation is in the position that impeachment proceedings is sui generis. It's a class of its own, different from yung na-mention po na in aid of legislation. So, I just wanted to again, if I heard it correctly from the Commissioner, Madam Chair, if the section that was mentioned a while ago does not apply, does it mean that you you have to get the box, meaning you're not bound because wala nga pong basis ang pagbigay. So that's the only way that you will submit. Medyo mahirap po itong sitwasyon natin kasi po we don't have a specific law to say that pwede po talaga niyang ibigay yan, except yun lang po yung basis niya. So I just wanted to get a clarification from the Commissioner.
Madam Chair, had it, as mentioned by Representative Adyong a while ago, had it been the intention that the impeachment proceeding be an exception to Section 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code, then the law would have said so, as it did in the Bank Secrecy Law, where it is explicitly provided that an impeachment proceeding is an exception to the confidentiality of bank deposits.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Sige po.
Are you finished, Honorable Padiernos?
Madam Chair, maybe the committee should address this by voting on the matter after the Honorable Tino makes his manifestation.
Let's hear first the position of the justice members.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Honorable Tino and then Honorable De Lima.
So just to be clear, Madam Chair, mukhang ang nangyayari ngayon, originally, the position of the BIR was, correct me if I'm wrong, kaya daw po nila sinubmit sa committee yung mga dokumento dahil sa kanilang pagtingin, covered nung exception sa batas. No, yung dahil ininterpret nila broadly yung phrase na in aid of legislation. Kaya nila binigay yan. Pero ang requirement lang nila or ang parang condition lang nila ay dapat in executive session. Tama po ba, Commissioner?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
So yun po ang original na position nila. No, na it falls within the exception. We interpret the phrase in aid of legislation broadly as Congress exercising all its functions. Okay, so therefore, pwede, basta in executive session. However, mukhang nakumbinse si Commissioner at ang BIR ni Congressman Adjong. kaya ngayon mukhang nagbago na po ang posisyon nyo. At kaya nga po sabi, i-withdraw na nila. Tama po ba?
Hindi po. Kasi po kung sinasabi po ng committee mismo na hindi ito in aid of legislation, hindi ho namin po pwedeng i-invoke ang Section 28. Kaya kinakailangang i-withdraw namin.
Opo. So lumalabas, mas nakumbinsin ang committee as a whole batay sa mga naririnig, no, na well, hindi nga ito in aid of legislation, therefore hindi, no. Pero again, this is under consideration by the committee. At ako po, actually, sumasang-ayon nga po ako sa naging original na posisyon ng BIR na broadly, yun ang ibig sabihin ng provision na yun, ng exception na yun. Otherwise, Madam Chair, sa tanong nyo, kailan pwedeng buksan yan? Kung magiging stricto tayo sa in aid of legislation, then as I said earlier, I may file a House resolution in aid of legislation requesting the same documents at lalabas, pwede na. Di ba? For as long as it is in executive session. No? And also, so in other words, ordinaryong resolution lang, pwede na nating buksan yan kung ganon. Samantala, dun sa tanong nyo pa further, kung umabot sa trial sa Senado ito, kahit ang Senate sitting as an impeachment court, hindi nila pwedeng buksan yan kung ganon. Diba? Dahil makitid ang magiging interpretasyon dun sa in aid of legislation. So parang ganun po ang sitwasyon ngayon na kailangan mag-antay tayo sa pag-file ng resolution in aid of legislation at maaaring masilip in executive session ang mga nilalaman yan. Or we can go with the interpretation that in aid of legislation is in a very broad and generic meaning. Parang ganun po, Madam Chair.
Now let's hear from the Honorable De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This matter seems to be a gray area. Pero ito pong pananaw ko. The position that the only exception to the rule of confidentiality of those records is kapag ang Congress, ang House, ay nag-request in aid of legislation, but subject to that limitation that it should be an executive session, actually renders our role in an impeachment case, in an impeachment proceedings, inferior to that role as a body with legislative functions. Because ours, when sitting here in an impeachment proceedings, is a special constitutional duty. So hindi po katanggap-tanggap sa akin ang sasabihin po ngayon ng the Honorable BIR Commissioner na babawiin na lang namin ang kahon na yan kasi nga hindi siya sakop sa exception, which is when mag-request in aid of legislation. When our role sitting in an impeachment proceedings is a special constitutional duty. It is superior to that as when we are acting merely as a legislative body. Yun po ang aking position. But of course, the issue of cautiousness is another matter. Kaya nga ho tinatawag kong gray matter po ito. Pero insulto po sa House through this committee in an impeachment proceedings na sasabihin na ito, dahil hindi ito in aid of legislation, ay hindi tayo sakop ng exception, even if hindi nakalagay sa batas. Tungkol lang yun nun sa pag-request. But sabi nga po ni Congressman Ridon, ay sabina po ito, hindi po ito ordinary request from the House of Representatives. So yun po ang aking posisyon.
Madam Chair.
We commend all the meaningful and vital opinions of the Justice members. We've been here for 8.5 hours already, just to remind all of you, no? And I think we are very much divided with regards to the question of whether we will be opening this or not, but definitely, please join me, my fellow members, we will not be returning this to BIR. The only issue is whether or not we will open the same. Can we defer the resolution of this issue? With the indulgence of my fellow members, with the indulgence of Commissioner Mendoza, hindi po namin ito ibabalik. Batid po namin kami confronted ng question kung maari ba namin itong buksan o hindi, pero mas mamarapatin po naming alagaan ang kahong ito kahit po ito'y selyado. Habang amin pong pinag-aaralan ang tamang posisyon ng Justice Committee kung bubuksan o hindi.
Madam
Having said
Chair,
so,
I move that we lay on the table the opening of the contents of the said box until we find the true legal position and avoid any constitutional constraints moving forward. So move, Madam
Seconded.
Madam Chair.
there is a motion to
Chair.
lay on the table the opening of the box. The same has been seconded. Honorable Rufus Rodriguez.
Yes, Madam Chair, this is a very difficult question of law. It involves the philosophy of law. There are two kinds of interpretation when there are two conflicting laws. Whether you are in the positive school, that is Justice Scalia of the Supreme Court of the United States, or you belong to the spirit of the law school. Now, Mr. Chairman, in the positive school of law, that is precisely what the National Internal Revenue Code says. In the positivist approach of law, and lawyers will know this because you all took up theory of the law, it is you confine yourself in the four corners of the positive law. That is positivism. Correct, Commissioner? Because you're a lawyer. And so you took up philosophy. What law school did you go to?
I'm a product of San Beda University.
Oh, very good law
College
school.
of Law.
So therefore, in the positivist school, this is an issue on whether the NIRC, in the four corners of the NIRC, the National Internal Revenue Code, it is clear there that it can only be done in aid of legislation and in the executive session. So that is the positive law. In other words, if you follow that trend of law, there can be no opening of this because we can never convert ourselves into an executive session or an aid of legislation because you have another function right now, which is impeachment. Now, what do you say about that positive school of thought? Because these are the finer points, Mr. Chairman. What does the lawyer from San Beda say? Because we now have this. Because I will then ask you, the other law or rules that will govern this is the rules of impeachment, which has the effect of law, which provides that there is absolute power. The power to issue the subpoena ducis tecum. And the spirit of the law is accountability. So we go to the spirit of the law. We have to use, therefore, our rules that says the committee, the Justice Committee acting as a impeachment court can subpoena you to submit. So which one now would you agree? The positivist school of law or the spirit of the law? So in other words, your NARC or for our justice members, the spirit of the law. That this is different. This is sui generis. We have given so much power because this accountability of very high officials. So which one would you now say that governs? Because you're a lawyer. Is it the positivist school or the spirit of the law school? Rules of impeachment, NARC, which will now prevail?
Would you like to answer, Commissioner Mendoza?
Madam Chair, for now, I am taking the conservative view. We will abide by what the law expressly says.
Very good answer, because precisely Justice Scalia is the positivist in all history. Scalia, who died of the Supreme Court, only would, if there's any issue, you go only to the four corners of the law. You do not go to the spirit of what is said there. However, you also have a situation We have the power. This is a sui generis. And it says it can subpoena anyone and any document. And this is sui generis. What do you think about that? So once again, you're saying, what do you say?
Honorable Rodriguez, let us be conservative for now.
You know what I mean? It's very good discussion because now many lawyers are watching us. The people are watching us. We have to therefore be able to have a decision on this because, as I have said, there are now two contending schools of thought, the philosophy of the law. I was under Professor Espinosa in UP, and we discussed this. So, positivist and the spirit of the law under our rules. What do you think should be?
Actually, we have complied with the subpoena, Madam Chair.
Oh,
We
complied
have in
already?
fact submitted the documents, subject only to the conditions provided in the law. We have no intention to not comply with the directive of the committee, as in fact we did by submitting the documents. Our only request is that we examine the documents within the bounds provided by the National Internal Revenue Code. Thank you, Madam Chair.
And that would mean, Madam Chair, that the commissioner is saying that since he has stated this earlier, that because it is not an aid of legislation, then that will not apply. Correct? In other words, you're saying that even executive hearing does not apply because this is not in aid of legislation.
Yeah.
It's not a hearing.
As I have said, Madam Chair, when we submitted the documents, our premise is that this proceeding is also in aid of legislation because whatever may be discussed here could be the basis of a future amendment of a law. Like, for example, as I said, the bank secrecy law or probably the tax code itself. But if the committee itself says that this is not in aid of legislation, then we will have to abide by that.
Very good lawyers from San Beda. That is why I would support now that we lay on the table so that all of us will study.
Now let's rule on the motion.
Because let us all study now.
There is
this
a motion to
theories
lay
of
on the
law.
table.
Madam Chair,
The
before
same
that,
has been seconded.
before that, Madam Chair, just one question for the Honorable Commissioner. Na,
Please proceed.
Doon po sa natanggap niyong subpoena, nakalagay ho ba doon na ang pupuntahan yung hearing is in aid of legislation? O alam niyo po na ito ay impeachment? This is an impeachment proceedings.
Yes, alam po namin na ito ay impeachment
And yet,
proceeding.
you still produce
Yes, opo, sapagkat
because you are compelled to do that,
sapagkat
to produce.
sapagkat meron pong direktiba ang committee na isabit namin ang mga dokumento at sa paniniwala namin nung isinabit namin ang mga dokumentong yon ay kung anuman ang mapag-uusapan dito ay po pwedeng maging basis ng future legislation. Kung kaya't ang tingin po namin nung isinabit namin ang mga dokumento, bagamat ang pangunahing layunin ng committee ito ngayon sa proceedings na ito ay i-determine kung may probable cause against the Vice President to go to an impeachment trial, tinitingnan po rin po namin na ang proceedings po na ito ay in aid of legislation.
Pero yung paniniwala nyo, in aid of legislation.
Opo yun.
Pero hindi, malinaw po na this is not in aid of legislation because this is an impeachment proceedings, di ho ba? And you produce the document because we're ordered via subpoena.
Produce the documents because we were served the subpoena and we believe that the submission is one of the exceptions provided by law.
Kasi ang paniniwala nyo in aid of legislation.
Yes po, Madam Chair.
Pero maling paniniwala po yon because this is clearly not in aid of legislation. Impeachment po ito. Di ho ba? Impeachment proceedings. In any case, Madam Chair, I know that there is this motion to lay on the table, but let
Yes.
me just state for the record.
Yes.
I take the stronger legal position that Congress, in its impeachment capacity, can compel production of ITRs of the impeached official. The constitutional accountability imperative and the doctrine of constitutional supremacy over ordinary statutes support this view. The NIRC's confidentiality provisions do not immunize a public official from disclosure in a constitutionally mandated accountability proceeding. Yun po ang pagkakaiba. This is constitutionally mandated accountability proceeding. Special po ito. Sui generis po ito. So, hindi ho pwedeng ma-immunize ang isang impeachment official dahil lamang merong ganyang confidentiality provision in a statute. Constitution prevails over an ordinary statute. That's my position. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The committee notes all your important positions and opinions. I just wish to remind all the members that let us maintain the caution that we have started since day one of our proceeding. We owe that to the sovereign Filipino people to make sure that we move forward in this impeachment proceeding, and we will not be a subject matter of another petition before the Supreme Court. With that, let us rule on the motion. There is a motion to lay on the table the opening of the box. The same has been seconded. Is there any objection? Are you objecting, Honorable De Lima?
Yes, because of that's a position that I laid down. The latest position that I laid down.
An objection has been registered to the motion to lay on the table the opening of the box. Let us now divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Thank you. You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Thank you. COMSEC, please submit the result of vote. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. No one abstains. With 21 votes in the affirmative, 4 votes in the negative, and 0 abstention, the motion to lay on the table the issue of opening the box is hereby granted.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Adjong and then the Honorable Sendanya.
Yeah, Madam Chair. I hope we are in understanding and agreement that we will not send back this box to the to BIR. Tama po ba? I don't need to make a motion on that. Should
Commissioner, I hope you defer to the committee on its position not to return the box. We will keep the box although the same is sealed.
Yes, Madam Chair. We defer to the decision.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam, on a related point, Madam Chair,
Honorable Sendanya.
perhaps to uphold the integrity of the decision of the committee to lay on the table the decision to open the box, may we request the good commissioner of the BIR, with the officers of the BIR, to kindly sign the tape part of the box to ensure the integrity of its seal. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The commissioner of the BIR is so requested to please affix your signature on the seal of this box so as to make sure that no one will open this.
Madam Chair.
May we provide Commissioner Mendoza with a pentel pen or a sign pen?
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, clarificatory question.
Honorable Tino?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I just want... Madam Chair?
Honorable Tino?
Yes. I just want to clarify the meaning of the vote that was just made.
That is
So-
merely to defer.
Okay. So by laying on
In
the
proper
table,
time, we will resolve.
ayun. So yung laying of the table, ibig sabihin po, is just to defer.
To defer.
Kaya po, hindi natin isinosoli kung hindi pag-aaralan pa kung pwedeng buksan o hindi ng komite. So yun lang po ang gusto nating ilinaw at malinaw na
I think you should sign on all sides.
maaari pa itong buksan. Thank you.
The committee notes the manifestation of the Honorable Tino. We will soon hear the most favorite motion.
Madam Chair, before that, may I make a manifestation? Madam Chair. Ay, sorry.
The Honorable Keith Flores is recognized. Just for the record, before you proceed, for the record, the BIR Commissioner Attorney Charlie Mendoza affixed his signature on the 4 sides of these boxes to preserve the confidentiality of the contents of the same. That is for the record.